Happy...
I do have some sad news out of...
Mother's Day. Sorry, Ben. It's Mother's Day. You know that?
You know what? Joe's request is that we don't talk over each other this episode, and right away, 1 second into this podcast...
I don't think we did. It was just in sync. Perfectly.
Mother's Day is a stressful time for married men, because you're just like, what is going to show this appreciation? You know? What can I do to not disappoint this woman on this day?
I got my wife a limousine.
A limo? What, to go where?
Just around the block.
No, you did not.
Pay by the hour, so...
To Walmart and
15
back.
minutes.
Yeah, well, our future new brother-in-law, like 5 days in advance, has already sent our mother flowers, and she thinks he's the greatest thing on earth. I have to say, though, that our ex-brother-in-law, she used to say lots of good things about him all the time, too. And look at him now.
Good point. Joe, guess what? Ben, I'm gonna remind you 2 weeks before Mom's birthday. Let's wish her happy birthday before that happens.
Guys, I already sent her a Christmas present. It's in the mail.
All right, so speaking of the Darwin Awards podcast here and death, Ben, you said you had a story about somebody who tried to kill Joe Biden in the White House, crashing.
Oh, I don't know.
Was it him? Was he driving the car?
I read stories in every language about someone who ran into, or not ran, they drove their car into, it sounded like the Secret Service entrance of the White House, and they died.
They died?
They say it's from the car crash, but I doubt
He
it.
must have drove really
He
fast.
got shot.
He got shot right away.
Really? Because I recall recently a few people actually just running right into the White House and not being shot. Just recently, like when Trump was in office. Now they shoot people right away. But
Right away.
they didn't care so much when Trump was president. People would like run in.
No.
You know. Do you remember that one? Do you remember the guy who like literally ran into the White House with
I
a
think
weapon?
he got into the front door.
Yeah, nobody did anything.
But some sad news out of Britain. Britain's heaviest man has died on his 34th birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Organ failure.
I heard he was 34
Of all the
stone,
things.
wasn't he?
No,
That story
they
was
don't do stones, they
omnipresent.
do kilograms or whatever they do.
And every picture they had of that guy was him like in
The
a diaper.
worst.
You know,
I mean,
it
can
was
you
horrible.
get a better picture? I mean,
And
I
he
guess
looks like a girl. I don't know what is going on in this picture.
Could you get a better picture?
just take a picture of his face. You don't. Yeah.
You don't need to get the whole. It's like a
We
Java
don't
zoomed
need-
out. You know.
It was like
You know that button on your phone that defaults to a certain, like when you're taking a picture, it's just like 3 zoom or 1 zoom.
Yeah.
There's that
hey,
0.5
zoom out.
zoom that
Yeah.
zooms all the way out.
Widescreen.
That's what they used.
It was more like a panoramic they took of him.
It's disrespectful, really. It should have just been of his face.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome to the Darwin Awards podcast. Every single week we research stories of people who died throughout the week doing stupid things. And we have some stories prepared for you. But first, let's do a recap of episode 208 and see how the patrons and other listeners voted. Episode 208, which was last week's episode, had these following stories, Ben. You weren't here last week, so...
No, I wasn't here last
telling
week.
you. We had the man who was riding on top of a semi-truck, and he hit his head on a beam going under a bridge.
We've had one like that before. Was it the last time I remember a man climbing a semi-truck on the freeway, we described it as...
He was dancing, right? I think.
No. What was the food place? Like a hot oven.
I remember that. Oh my God, the
I
Quiznos sandwich.
Quiznos.
Like he was going to the sandwich maker. That's funny
yes.
that you remember that. Yeah, this guy was like on top of some sort of ginger truck in India. Anyway, we had the man who died in his own mousetrap, and it sounds better than it is. It's really just a guy who electrocuted himself. We had the man who died attempting to cross a flooded stream. That's another guy just riding across a flood zone on his motorcycle or whatever, and he died. And then we had a man who died while falling, trying to climb into his house to retrieve his keys from like the 4th floor or something like that.
You did? Because I feel like the week before that, I brought that story.
We talked about it. We never actually brought it forth, so we used it in the following week.
I think we did on the Patreon.
He didn't get very many votes anyway. The winner was the truck surfer, which is actually a good story. The guy riding on a truck and hitting his head on a beam is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who goes first this week?
'Tis I. I will go first. I did find a great story out of the India News, which, no surprise, this involves a man and a gun, which apparently guns aren't allowed in India. I can't remember if they are or not, but this article.
We don't know. Everything's new out of India every week. We don't know what they do.
I don't know
there.
alcohol's
know
allowed,
more.
but no guns. I don't know.
Most
Well, let me
populated
check.
country on the planet. You think we would
Almost
know?
Leave meeting. That would have been bad. Okay, here's the article. I'll just show you the headline right off the bat. Rajasthan man accidentally fires bullet in chest while making an Instagram reel and dies. Now, how do you think that happens?
Well, in the
What do you
Indian
picture?
Instagram reels, are they just like, is it like very? Are they dancing to some sort of Indian rap music?
No,
and trying to
it's
look
all
hard?
Bollywood dancing.
I don't think they're doing clapping and
It's all
dancing. I don't
Bollywood.
think
They're doing like,
No, they do have guns because I think a majority of your stories out of India are people firing weapons
into
at
the air. at
weddings.
yes, you're right. At
Into the
weddings.
air.
You're right.
mm.
Well, how would this? What do you imagine when you read this headline? What do you imagine happened?
No, they shot themselves because they're an idiot.
He was like
Because they're making
pointing,
Instagram reels.
like pointing
You
to
know,
his
you're-
chest
yeah.
and
You
stuff.
know when they do that when they tap it on their chest. You know,
Yeah,
they're
okay.
cool,
Remember that
like-
guy in India who accidentally stabbed himself in the chest a bunch of times?
Yes.
He was
Yes,
dancing
well,
and he was
dancing.
like stealing like this.
Well, this is similar like that. He's with a friend making an Instagram reel, and he was doing what you think. He was hitting himself in the chest with a gun, and it went off. That's such a surprise. It's so crazy. So actually, well, first of all, if you can do a reel, why do you have to have the gun loaded? You know, I don't
No,
understand that.
a better question here or note. If you have a friend that you do a reel with, I think that you should be like shipped off somewhere.
What?
If you're like,
What? What
Yeah,
are you
if you're
talking
like-
about?
People do reels
hey,
all the time
hey,
with their friends.
hey, my friend, do you want to do an Instagram reel with me?
You impress the
like-
ladies, man.
That person becomes not my friend immediately.
I have to admit, well, as men in our late 30s, early 40s, yeah, doing an Instagram reel with another man does seem like sad, like kind of desperate.
Unless you're
sad.
golfing
Okay, we'll see.
and you're
this-
trying to film a hole in one.
Okay. That makes sense.
I like the line here that says, it is also under investigation how the deceased got the firearm.
Oh,
Why is that an investigation, I guess?
hard to
That's
come
why
by there.
That's
in
what I
India.
thought. Maybe guns weren't allowed or something, or maybe because he's 22, he can't have a gun. I don't know.
I gotta say, we search India stories all the time. There's not a lot of shootings.
Yes, there are.
They're
at
shooting
weddings.
in the air,
Only-
or actually
only
they're
at weddings.
accidental shooting bride or shooting a groomsman or something. But it's not like
So here's the thing, though. They're ceremonial. They're shooting like their grandfather's rifle.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
a family heirloom. It's not like a new AK or something.
Yeah.
This is a good part of the headline. Who is pursuing a bachelor's degree in humanities? Okay,
Oh,
he didn't get it. That's a bummer. Real bummer.
bachelor's degree in the humanities.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
What do you do with a humanities bachelor degree? Should I know?
I think you protest against Israel. As far as I can tell, it's the only
I
thing that
don't
those
think
people
that's-
are doing.
I don't think that's what that. What can
Getting
you
a
get-
degree in the humanities. What is that?
What is that? Are we dumb?
What are you going
Should
to
we
do?
know this?
No, we're
Yeah,
not
we
dumb.
are dumb.
We're not
We are
dumb.
dumb.
What do you?
Adam's
Yeah,
what
looking
do
up
you
degrees in the
Googling it.
humanities.
yeah, I am, and I have no clue what you use it for. I guess it's a broad degree of freaking philosophy, sociology, anthropology.
Yeah, it says
Yeah,
it's
there's
a
a lot of
humanities
it.
major is typically a bachelor's of arts degree, and many four-year colleges and universities require students to gain a liberal arts ... And I'm not clicking
Okay.
the
Yeah,
article.
no clue. All right.
Neat.
So he's doing
Neato.
normal stuff.
Nothing. You're going to college for nothing.
Yeah, he probably went for
what you're
half a semester. He was pursuing a bachelor's degree. He's 22.
How to be humane.
Why would you go to college when you could be Instagram famous?
Yeah, that's
Just
why
work a
you-
little
I was
harder.
trying.
Forget that.
It's true.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, do they have an Indian Instagram or is it normal Instagram? Is
That's
it
like
true?
saying,
I
do
don't
they
know.
have a Chinese TikTok? Yeah,
They do
yeah,
have a Chinese
the app
TikTok.
Instagram. Yeah, but it's regulated differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have
They have a
Instagram.
different. I don't.
They have Google. They have these things.
Well,
It makes
India
sense.
stories never pop up to me, like in my feed.
My next story is out of Michigan. out of the good old U.S. of A. Michigan, where, what do they do there? Cars?
Yeah.
They're the Wolverines.
I think Eminem's from there. Other than that, I don't know much about. Oh, the lakes. They have lakes.
Oh, Chicago. That's all I think.
Michigan.
Then I don't want to go.
It's not even in Chicago. It's not even Chicago's
Detroit.
Not Michigan, but okay.
Detroit's there. That's where the big airport
Detroit.
is. Mm-hmm.
Chicago's in Illinois.
Yeah, well, it's all the same thing to me at this point. I don't go to that side of the country.
Well, there's a town there called Escanaba, which was the former home of a man who died doing something stupid in this last week. This Escanaba man was really in a hurry. And he didn't end up getting where he was going due to some unfortunate circumstances.
What was he driving?
Title is, a big old truck. Escanaba man dies in crash attempting to pass ambulance with lights on and sirens on.
Tell me the ambulance collided into him. That would be great.
Yeah.
No. Oh, that would not be great.
I'd be the worst ambulance driver. Oh, you think you're going to pass me with my lights on? I don't think so.
It's like
Ram off the side of the road.
Let's see. Here we go. An ambulance with Rampart EMS was driving west on US 2-41 with its lights and sirens on. The driver of a Chevy Silverado, of course.
Stop the story there. You can stop the story there.
Stupid Chevys.
I already knew that's what they were driving.
Attempted to pass the ambulance. The truck then hit a parked Dodge Ram.
Dodge Ram. No, that's two trucks.
Okay. This is the sad part because the Dodge Ram was on the shoulder of the roadway because it was yielding for the ambulance.
So it was
okay, I'm not
passing him
laughing
on the
anymore
right?
at that.
I don't understand. Was he going around on the right of the ambulance? What was he doing?
Why am I picturing left?
Maybe.
So I'm assuming that everybody's pulled off to the right-hand shoulder, and the ambulance is going fine, and the Silverado is trying to take the emergency lane to get around the ambulance. And he's hitting someone parked oddly in the emergency lane. No?
Well, the good news is the driver and passenger of the Ram were taken to the hospital, and they were fine. I mean, they were treated for their injuries.
They were fine with
severe injuries.
Okay,
They're
right.
fine,
They're
but they will be fine.
They
They'll
didn't
have
die.
a great lawsuit.
They didn't die.
They're alive. Okay, that's one of the important things about a Darwin Award. It has to be no victims, bad people.
They'll get a payout.
The driver of the Silverado died at the scene as a result of the crash, even though there was an ambulance right there. He didn't make it.
Yeah, I doubt they stopped to help him. Like, we got other stuff to do.
Yeah, what do you do there? Do you stop as the ambulance or not?
Do you call for another ambulance? Hey, we left somebody in our wake back there. Could you grab them?
I guarantee you they do things like that. I remember once I was in an accident on a scooter. A guy pulled out in front of me and I ran into the side of his car. And my legs got all scratched up, and they called, the police came anyways and an ambulance. And they asked me if they wanted to treat me, I'm like, no, I'm fine. They still bandaged me up. And then the police officer came over afterwards. He's like, if you weren't wearing your helmet, they would not even talk to you. They would not even care to help you. He's like, it's a good thing you had a helmet on because the EMTs, they hate going around people that don't wear helmets. Like, well, okay. So
Really?
I guess they do pick
To
and,
be
pick
fair,
and choose who they
Adam wasn't on a scooter that you're picturing.
Right, he was on like a
Right, you were on
motorcycle.
like a little
like
Vespa.
a moped, like a little.
It was a
moped.
No, not a moped. It was a motorcycle, basically. A moped,
No, it was a
that's
moped.
a little vroom vroom little
You could go
standing
like
up
50.
thing, right?
You could go like 50 if you top speed.
No, a moped is like sitting at a desk while driving.
Yeah, it's like it's like one of those old
Oh, I
people
know.
scooters.
Yeah.
It's
Sitting
a
straight
very
up.
fast Walmart scooter.
Yeah, it's a rascal.
Yeah.
Mine was
Yeah.
made to make it look like it was a ninja style bike, but it was just this little weak scooter.
That's embarrassing.
It fit two people.
But they were fun, and I had one.
I actually kind of want one now, but I feel like I'm past the age. I should
No,
be riding a
spend-
motorcycle.
Spend the money on a golf cart, Joe.
I know, you're so right. You're so right. Well, sorry to all you Chevy Silverado owners out there. This is what
Why?
the world thinks of you.
Oh, you're right.
D-bags.
Because it doesn't like. So the Dodge Ram is tougher than Silverado? Is that what this was all about? Is that what we know?
We just figured
It's
it out.
Ram tough.
We just figured it out.
Dodge.
All right, so
Built
far
tough.
we got guy out of India who, what was it?
Really, Joe?
Already forgot. That's how memorable that story was, Adam. What was it? Oh, yeah. She accidentally shot himself in the chest. And we had the guy trying to pass the ambulance, crashed into a parked vehicle, and died. All right, good. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Darwin Awards nominee number 3. Well, listen to the commercial break, by the way, because we have some celebrity guests that are here to tell you about how wonderful the Patreon is.
How dare you listen to this podcast? They have stolen my dreams and my childhood with their empty words. If you pay the $5 for their archived and bonus content, you will only be reinforcing their capitalistic greed. This is all wrong. I shouldn't even be here. I should be back in school. People are suffering. People are dying. And the Darwin Awards podcast is profiting from it. All you can think about is how badly you want unlimited access to their content. You would sell your soul for $5. How dare you?
Are we going to do a Mother's Day special next week in which we only bring stories of mothers dying? I think we should shoot for it.
What?
We're actually rolling here, by the way.
I know. That was my natural reaction.
Yeah, we need to excuse Joe. He's got like COVID 3.0 over here. I don't know what he's going through.
Oh my gosh. I've been laid
I
out.
already search enough death in different languages that Google has flagged me, I'm sure, and so I'm on some list. I don't need to be specific about
moms who die. Yeah.
Mom's dying.
I didn't search that term this week. I'm going to have to start looking up mom dies.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, there's
Mother
quite a few.
dies right before Mother's Day.
Oh,
there was one about. There was a train one. Did you see that one? I saw it. Anyway.
With a mom?
Yeah. I did.
With a mom?
Or did he have a mom? I don't know.
Everyone has a
love mom.
You could say every death is like, he died before his Mother's Day present was.
These look like all car crashes, weirdly.
They are all, yes, we know this, Joe. That's fine. All right, Joe.
All right.
What do you bring? Wait, Ben. No, wait, Joe. It's Ben.
No, it's me.
I just went.
He's making a joke that your story's not memorable either. Because you said that
really
about
did.
him.
Okay, I get it. Nice job, Adam.
Well, mine comes out of Italy, a place called. Now I lost it.
This is our favorite part.
It was like Pepe, but it's Prepo. The Prepo.
Okay.
A 34-year-old man died escaping a grocery store.
Stealing
Why was he
baguettes.
escaping the grocery store?
You know, Joe.
That's
Go ahead,
France,
say
Adam. He's stealing
Okay.
pasta.
I'm sure they got a
Jeez.
baguettes in in Italy. They got stuff there. They got all,
No, this is it. This is sometime at night where he's trying to steal. He broke into the grocery store.
Wow. All that theft. Wait, he broke into the grocery store.
Yes.
Bottles of water, maybe?
Only the sparkling kind. Right? That's what they have there. Pellegrino, is that right?
The fancy water. Yes, and they have
Italian
gelato
sodas.
and wine.
All right. Well,
and
he's
pizza.
Tunisian. He's not Italian, but he's a Tunisian.
How did he break in? Did he pop up through one of those sewer pipes?
What is this?
It's a me.
Mario. Okay,
Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right, the military came. I guess that's what they call the police. They have a name for the police as well, but I can't pronounce it, and I don't want to. Do you know what the police are called in Italy?
Oh,
it's stuff.
Carabinieri? It sounds like a pasta, I swear to you.
Oh, yeah.
Carabinieri.
Oh, delicious. I love that. It's my favorite meal.
I love that type of police pasta.
It goes good with cannolis.
He entered the business. He was actually caught by the owner. So I don't know if the owner lives upstairs or whatnot in this little grocery store. I'm assuming that's what's happening. Trying to force open the cash register.
I'm going to
Once
guess
he
the
was
owner came
discovered,
down and just shot him, and that's how this ends. Is this what happened? My guess?
No, they don't have guns in Italy, Adam.
Oh,
He hit.
what do they do, Joe? Turtle shells?
wooden
What are you going to say,
spoon.
Joe?
I don't want to.
What are you going to say? What was your... How did they kill him? Tell me.
The owner did not kill
Oh, okay.
the robber.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the guy tried to escape, and he ran out into the back where there's a little storage room with a little window. And he tried to escape through there. But he remained stuck, and he asphyxiated.
Oh, he
I
got.
don't think the owner...
Yes, he got stuck in the window and
Yes,
choked.
the 34-year-old attempted to escape through a very small window in the back room, but remained stuck with his body dangling outside and his neck and arms inside, dying from mechanical asphyxiation.
Please tell me you have a picture, Ben. Do you have a picture?
No.
blurred
You have a picture of the city. I don't think Italian stories usually do that. So,
How do you
as a
fit through
business
that?
owner, I'd be like, you're going to stay there until the cops get here. If you're stuck, I'm not going to try to
That's
help
probably
you.
what
Yeah.
happened, and then he suffocated to death or whatever he did.
Yes, he did. So I'm thinking it's like a bathroom window, but I bet it's like a storage window. Like he got caught, tried to find an escape route, not the front door.
Yeah.
Found a
So-
tiny window.
It said his arms and his head were inside the building, and his legs were on the outside of the building. Is that right?
Yes. So it says,
Hmm.
okay,
So you could walk down
he
the alley
remained
and
stuck
see
with his
legs
body,
sticking out.
hanging outside, and so he tried to go out feet first.
Yeah,
And his head and neck and arms inside.
that'd be funny.
So that's
picture.
actually interesting. He
backed up.
I think
through it.
his back was on the bottom of the window. Like if it's such a small window, you're just trying to put your feet out first,
Oh yeah,
You couldn't
I could see
fit?
that. Maybe.
and so now you're bending backwards.
Would you try if you saw legs sticking out the side of a window? Would you try to pull them out? What would you do?
Well, he couldn't get out. I think
mean-
once he got to your armpits, he couldn't.
Well, I mean,
fit
if you
anymore.
were walking and you saw legs sticking out of a window, like kicking, trying to get out, what would you do? Would you just
No, I would never help anybody
check their
doing that.
Check their pockets for their wallet or for money.
Yeah,
They run off.
that's what you would do. Yeah.
Unless it was my house and I recognized that it was one of my children. No, I'm not going to help someone out of a window. But no,
We haven't had too many Italian stories on this podcast.
They must be
so
smart.
now we do. Well, he is Tunisian in Italy.
Oh, we should have guessed. Freaking immigrant Tunisians robbing people. Italians would never do such a thing.
No.
It's got to be those
No.
stupid Tunisians. Gosh, they got to kick those Tunisians out of their country. Where are Tunisians even from? I have no idea. As far as I know, they're actually Italian.
They're from Tunisia, Joe. Come on.
Ah, yes, the Tunis, as we call them. Yeah.
I don't even know what they are.
Remember that Italian guy who got killed by wheels of cheese that he was trapped underneath? That was hilarious.
Yes,
Yes.
I do remember that. I was trying to think where that bottle water was from. We called it the Leaning Tower of Water or something, didn't we?
That was
Yep,
That was Italy too.
That was not Italy.
Was it?
No, it
No?
wasn't.
Oh.
wasn't? Oh, that's too bad.
No, I think that was out of Mexico, actually.
Look, I don't know why we ever listened to you because your memory is by far the worst of the three of us, Ben. You can't remember. You always mix up things as far as these stories go. So
Okay,
I'm
person who doesn't know where a Tunisian's from.
Oh, you're gonna look for it now, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a country in Africa. I knew all.
It's called it's Tunisia.
Their flag
Yeah.
is red with a little moon. I mean, I knew.
You
this.
don't recognize it because it wasn't on the risk board. Tunisia was not a part
It's
of
a
it.
beautiful country. Northernmost country in Africa. We all knew this.
All right, let's move on to the lightning round. Anybody who's new to this podcast, we have our first three stories, and then we bring a lightning round where each of us bring a headline of a story. And then the three of us will decide which one we want to share. That would be Ben gets to bring his headline first.
All right. I want an open mind here. I didn't read. I have a story that I want to bring, but I kind of like this one that I didn't all the way read. I'll give you my hints on it. A guy got hit by a tent at an air show.
A tent.
So if we want to explore that together, we can.
It
Could
sounds
be-
accidental.
So, yeah, bottom of my list. What's next?
Could be his tent.
You're next, Joe. not me.
He's parking underneath a helicopter. I don't know.
Okay. Let's see. I have a gosh, I'm trying to decide between two stories. How about train tracks plus
already know.
headphones?
Well, looks like I win this one.
Had
That's
that.
all I'm gonna say.
Cat feeder.
Okay, it's yours, Adam. What's your story?
Mine has to do with a Santeria power ritual.
Santeria. You had me at Santeria. Let's do
You
it.
had me at Santeria, but unless
From
Joe,
Mexico
your
City.
train story involves the cord being like stuck in the train while they were leaving and they got their head yanked off, then no.
Okay, fine.
Because I already know
Here's
what your
my-
story is.
Yeah, we already know that the mine was a guy on the train tracks walking on them with headphones on, didn't hear the train coming and got hit by a train. Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool. Santeria, Adam. I'm very interested in the story. I love
Really?
this.
Not the helicopter air show where okay.
No. Accidental death.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. This happened on May 1st. Says the headline is Police say 5 people died in Mexico from drinking a poison potion in a Santeria power ritual.
You could have also said that, and I would have chosen yours. A poison potion?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And a ritual?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. 5 people died while drinking it. It says the victims mixed the potion themselves and drank it to acquire some certain kind of powers.
Hey, can I see the headline again real quick? Can I see? Okay, I thought it said 2014. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to call you out
Yeah,
on it. It
for
says
those of you who are new,
2024.
we do
No,
not
no,
use
no.
old stories. They
I
have to be
researched.
this week.
Come on.
Okay, I thought I saw it. I wanted to call you out early if it happened. It is a recent story.
Little known fact, this story occurred in Oaxaca,
Yeah.
where Nacho
Well,
Libre was filmed.
Oh, well, that's a pretty big place.
Really?
I mean, it's not tiny. I mean,
It's
like tiny
a big
town.
state, but it's like very rural out there.
This is my favorite part of the article. Garcia said that the people involved in Santeria, and when they drank the potions, the only thing that happened is they died of poisoning. They didn't.
Oh, he's being snarky.
Yeah, he was.
They didn't get any power. They just died of poisoning.
So they mixed
They were
a bunch
related.
of poison things themselves, a concoction they thought would give them some spiritual. They have some of these back in the day to help give them strength. It did not. It
I
says
know
the
she
ages
danced
were
around
between
this-
15 and 15. They were between 18 to 55 years old. So they were
Is
5.
this like the Kool-Aid thing where they all knew they were going to die?
No. Do you think they were
Kool-Aid.
poisoning themselves on purpose? Like, let's just all
It's
die?
Romeo and Juliet. They just can't live, so they just kill themselves. Well, they got their powers. Their Santeria powers.
That's not a Santeria thing. Suicide is not a Santeria thing. No. It's bringing back the dead is more Santeria than suicide.
Maybe they thought that this potion would kill them and bring them back
Bring
to
them back to life.
Mm.
I could see that happening too.
Proving.
But
Maybe they were trying
why-
to bring their ancestors over that road from like the dead over to the visit the living.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Coco?
Yeah, I've seen
movie?
Yeah.
Coco. Actually, Coco's not that bad. There's actually a lot of things in there that are like realistic that they always do in Mexico.
I like that movie. I liked it.
But I don't think they would bend. They're not trying to come back to life. Wouldn't just one of them drink it and then see if it worked? Instead of like all 5.
No.
at the same time?
It's a faith thing. You have to all do it
Oh,
at
you gotta
once.
have. Yeah.
Oh, really?
If you're not in it, then get out.
Adam, you ever come across
Right.
any of that stuff when you lived in Mexico?
No
Weirdo Santeria
no,
stuff?
Nothing like that. Nope.
I was
You?
closer to Oaxaca, and yeah, there's stuff out there. You'd find chicken heads, and you'd hear
Did
about...
you guys experience Day of the Dead?
Yeah.
There?
Yeah.
Or is it not a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
No, well, it was a thing. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it happens
It's
on
fun.
I think November 1st. Really is I think when they do it, not the
Yeah.
31st of October.
Completely different than what's experienced here,
Oh, yeah.
obviously.
They still come around.
Yeah.
Kids come around and ask for candy still, but they just sing. A
Yeah,
little
they still
song.
do.
But
And-
most
and-
of it
and-
is a lot of flowers and things, and people leaving out food for the spirits. Stuff like that.
So is that like Memorial Day where people go to the cemeteries and leave
No.
flowers and hang out?
A little different because when we go to our cemeteries on Memorial Day, everything's all quiet. They go and they have a freaking barbecue, and everybody's like running around all over the graves, like till they sleep out there. Basically, they're just having a party all night long.
That's so much better.
It
Well,
really is. Yeah,
They cook a ton of food, and they're supposed to leave a portion for the dead person as well, and they eat the food as well. But so it's like a
That just sounds so much
I know.
better.
I want to go. I want to go back, and actually experience it as somebody who's more mature than I was when I was an idiot 19-year-old. being like, all this is BS, you know. Now, like, as an adult, you can go have a good time and understand it. Santeria, though, not going to understand that very well. I heard when I was down there about people who, like, these, like, wizards that lived out in the jungle who could, like, do spells and stuff for you if you got really desperate.
Witch doctors, you mean? No.
Well, they called them magos, which, in my book, translates to wizards, not really witch doctor. But yeah, probably the same crap. It's not like Harry Potter's out there in the jungle.
No, it's Voldemort.
You know,
it's more
like
Voldemort
out there.
My kids asked me yesterday, it was May 5th, they're like, what did they do in Mexico on Cinco de Mayo? Because I was there. I'm like, nothing. They didn't even know it existed.
Nothing on that.
Nothing
on that day.
Freaking nobody knew what it was. I was like,
I remember.
Like, what?
I remember I woke up that morning. I remember like went to some person's house and we're like, oh, what are we gonna do? Is there gonna be a party today? They're like, what? Is it your birthday? I'm like, no, it's Cinco de Mayo. They're like, what's that?
The U.S. just knew we could make a profit off of it here, and so that's why it is.
All I know, when I was a
nothing
kid, Cinco de Mayo just meant all the Hispanics skip school. That's all I knew. Cinco de Mayo. Nobody goes to school.
It makes me wonder if they even celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Ireland. I don't even know now.
Probably no.
Wow.
Probably not.
My mind is blown.
That's a good thought, Ben.
All right, let's get to this point here. The recap.
All right, let's do a brief recap.
Yeah, just trying to get on your job here, Adam.
That was mine there. But story number 1 was out of India as a man who shot himself in the chest on accident. Story number 2 was out of Michigan and as a man who's trying to pass an ambulance and crashed and died. Story number 3 was out of Italy. It was a man who was trying to rob a store and then got choked by the window on the way out. And story number 4 was 5 people who took a poison or some sort of power potion that ended up just poisoning them and they died. Okay, and the way we do this is we vote first to last. Person who went first votes first. Person who went last goes last. And then we post a poll for anybody who's listening to be able to, they can vote as well. Adam, you get to vote first this
I was
week.
thinking about all the stories, and Joe, I still can't remember your story. What was it again?
How dare you?
I'm still trying to think, but honestly,
Dude, it was the guy who tried to pass the ambulance when lights were on and it was going.
Yes.
He tried to zoom past
that's
him.
That's
That's a
those people are
legitimate
idiots.
story.
Those are idiots. Those are idiots. So Ben has a good karma story with the guy going to the window, or where he's robbing and he gets stuck. That's a great one. Potions just dumb people too. This is a tough one, but I think I am going to go with your story, Joe. I think I'm going to go with the ambulance passer because I hate people that do crap like that.
Oh, okay. I questioned that vote until you just said I hate people that do that too. Yeah.
Well,
Joe,
I like that. It's my vote. And I like that vote. But when you were describing the stories, I started thinking some of these are just karma. And Darwin Awards isn't necessarily karma. It's doing something really stupid that results in your death. Ambulance is stupid, karma. Ben's story is definitely karma. I gotta say, I'm going to vote for the Santeria idiots drinking the poison.
Yeah, I think I agree.
5 of them at once, which is pretty fun.
Adam, we're going to vote for you. I was going to vote for myself, which is classic Ben, but I brought a story that I thought was pretty stupid and a stupid way to die. You're breaking in.
I like that story. It was good.
And then you got people who intentionally thought they were going to get some powers from some potions, and that always will win in my heart. Okay. It's overtaken my votes for anything when you're posting selfies and you die. If you're taking potions and you die, I really, really like that.
Congratulations, potion drinkers out of Oaxaca. Well done.
Okay. Well,
now,
lightning story, huh?
If you'd like to vote, you can click one of the links below. It'll take you to it. You can vote if you're listening on Spotify. You can vote if you're on Patreon. It's all free to anybody who wants to. But, yeah, okay. Well, for those of you who listen to the bonus episode because you pay for them, we got some good stories for you. Adam, Ben, what stories do you got for the bonus?
Did you see the guy in Colorado that was attacked by a bull and died? Did you see that?
I did. Oh, dude, it scared. I read that and I was like, that could have been me.
That could have been me. Oh, that's scary.
And were you here
Scary
for me
stuff.
getting chased by those bulls?
It sounds familiar, but
he didn't see the
wasn't
Marco
memorable,
Polo. He doesn't
so-
watch that, so he has no clue.
Yeah, I'm like 60 behind.
Oh, you
And it
didn't see the
happened
Marco
like-
Polo.
last week or something.
Then no.
Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna die.
You afraid of bulls and cows now?
Yeah, I wasn't riding him. Two bulls
welcome
chased
to
after
the
me.
journey.
Now
imagine
I'm where you are.
Now imagine it's a harmless cow.
Yeah, I'm scared of them all now. The cows are sweet.
They're not.
One of the stories I'm going to bring is some people who stumbled upon a dead man in the streets and decided to have a candlelight vigil around his body.
In the street? In the street, Joe?
In the street.
Is this like a similar railroad vigil we had?
No, I remember that story. But no, this
You
has a
guys see the
shocking
story that was
ending.
all over this week? The one that was like headlines, the guy at Walmart. Was that the one that was headlines everywhere?
No, I didn't see it.
The Walmart guy who was like, he was trying to steal something, and he tried to swallow it. You didn't see that?
Oh yeah.
What?
Okay, I did see that. He died, but I don't know what he. Yeah, I don't know what he swallowed.
All right, let's just jump into this. All right, we're going from podcast to Patreon right now.